The half-zombie girl wants to subdue all the walkers.
You should be happy.
Hello everyone, Kino Jack is in touch and this is a short retelling of the final episodes of the 5th season of the Zombie series Nation Z. So the next series about walkers has come to an end. It's even a little sad to say goodbye to this project. Despite its sobriety, the series turned out to be very cool, especially the first seasons. I tried to make the final part as juicy as possible for you with the addition of inserts of the series. I hope it will come to you very much and you will support the video and send it to the recommendations. And if you are new to our channel and got here precisely from the recommendations, then this is simply excellent, since you have the opportunity to open the description of this video and follow the links to see all this buzz from the very beginning. You won't regret it. Enjoy watching. The episode begins with the mine's garbage dump, where the speakers are forced to work collecting old electronics.
The party has begun. Our time has come. It's time to get free. Let's get our freedom back.
Roberto, George, Doc and Ten are conducting their own investigation. Their trail led here, where they can find the source of the mysterious ingredient for cookies. There are chatterboxes commanded by guys from the security department, and a masked figure sneaking around and killing everything in its path. The speaker eats some electronics and lets out puffs of smoke. It seems to clear his mind. George decides to impersonate the speaker to find out what's going on. Roberta falls through a pile of garbage in a landfill deep into the mine, where several dismembered people are lying, a saw smeared with blood and much more. George falls into the mine with a group of speakers. Roberta hears footsteps and sees a whole new horror. A human nightmare and a robot that seems to be the source of all the murders in the mine. Doc and Tenka find the junkyard control room and put on protective suits to merge with the security brothers. Doc manages to keep his cover and even behave like a formidable taskmaster, despite the fact that he introduced himself as Siegfried, not Caroe. George finds Roberta in the mine, and together they realize that the talking and killing nightmare are consuming lithium from old electronics, and it may be the secret ingredient without whales.
Come on, run guys, hurry up. Come on, hurry up. This way.
The group reunites and realizes that they need to get out of this dump and return to Limbo. They decide to hijack the workers' truck and get out of there. Doc demonstrates serious truck driving skills and everyone is fighting hard. They lose this battle when the buzz of the saw is heard. A cyber nightmare monster cuts people to pieces and it doesn't care who is on whose side. After his battery runs out, the Cyberman decides to crush himself. It turns out that he is a former speaker who went down into the mine and then everything went completely wrong. After he has turned into a rectangle, his remains are eaten by his comrades in conversation. The team decides to deliver lithium and the chatterboxes to Limbo, stopping at Hackerton along the way. Roberta and George go to Hackerville. They need help to get into Estes' laptop and find out exactly what is going on in Alter.
Don't forget to look under me.
Citizen Z is back.
Telecommunications Center. To get inside, you need to know the following number.
After using clever hacker codes for the door, which still won't work, George opens it, and they begin searching the corridors for signs of life. Citizen Z introduces himself to the Ghost King and then punches him in the face. Obviously, the Ghost King was teasing Kaya. The four hackers make a deal to access Estes' laptop in exchange for future immunity if Marika's no ever really forms. Back in Limbo, Doc and Tenka delivered Murphy and Eddie a batch of battery-licking chatterboxes. Without cookies, lithium can calm them down, and they, as it turned out, have 2 bricks. Estes is at Murphy's door looking for stalkers.
Today we are closing. This is what's left. There were a lot of talkers here. Who said that? Here we have an advanced girl, boom. Just look at what a beauty.
Back in Altura, Kai communicates with Z and hackers and secretly tries to gain access to Estes' laptop.
Her rear entrance unit. Understood.
In the midst of a poker game and fun, Estes receives a signal that the security system has been breached. He interrupts the meeting to return empty-handed. Along the way, he sends several Z's in the direction of Hackerville, from which they fight off with the help of drones.
Damn it.
SD is playing a dirty trick. He lures the speaker's child and then uses him to find the rest of the speakers in limbo.
What will happen to them? Are you sure you don't want to go to Altura?
In Alter, Sun Mei is in her lab looking for a way to help zombies when Red brings her sick friend Becky.
What do you want? Brains.
She turns from a speaker into a zombie. They decide to try new drugs on her, but it doesn't help.
She's dying anew. Hold her. I can't take it anymore.
Murphy decides to go with a truck full of talkers to where Estes is taking them.
I'll have mercy on you.
Kai finds incriminating materials on Estes' laptop, something about ultimate mercy.
The last mercy.
What does the last mercy mean?
Murphy was captured by Estes along with a group of talkers. He has put them all in jail and does not allow them to vote in the big elections in Alter. His henchmen put them all away, but Murphy has another idea, and he and the gang are planning an uprising. Citizen Z, George and Roberto make their way back to the territory of Altura. Kai's hacking skills turn out to be very useful and allow them to enter.
Martial law. Estesabot was replaced.
Besides, she has the best hiding place. She's hiding inside a soda vending machine. Great job. Citizen Z joins her, and they proceed to break in to help the rest of the team make their way to the Altura campus. George and Roberta change their camouflage gear to their signature look immediately after arriving. It's like they're trying to get caught. And in the end they get caught. The creepy half-faced Pandora finds Estes' henchmen hacked to death by Murphy's talkers. And the talkers themselves are gone. She runs into Murphy, and she is unhappy.
I can eat your brains and find out everything I need to know. Estes arrested your pathetic friends.
Pandora makes some rough kisses with Estes and then is responsible for getting information about the speakers from George. Estes confronts Roberta George, telling them that he plans to become the crazy overlord of Alturan while he keeps them in jail for treason. Then he separates them. After that, the torture begins under the direction of Pandora in order to obtain information. Pandora is passionate about it, and it's pretty disgusting.
Don't. You're a beast.
Doc and Ten are working with Eddie to create a hidden camp for chatterboxes. They are hiding under tents and planning something. They have lithium as a cookie substitute. In Alturan's lab, Sun Mei is working hard to find a cure for a virus that turns people into zombies. Red helps her, and it looks like they've finally made a breakthrough. She found a cure. Now we need to take it out of the lab. Pandora's torture of George gets worse and worse, and she happily confesses that she killed Dante. She becomes a real supervillain. At the same time, she says how much she hates speakers, although she herself is such. This, of course, is difficult to understand. Murphy gets to the shelter of the speakers, and he and Eddie have a pleasant moment of rapprochement. Sun Mei is caught by Estes when she tried to sneak away from him.
An unsuccessful sample. What are you doing?
Collecting testimony.
And Estes punishes her by infecting her with a zombie virus.
In which test tube is the vaccine?
I won't tell you.
Red can use her antidote to cure her. But everything is not very good, as she is mortally wounded. Citizen Z finds Roberta and they rescue George. Then they head to Song Mei and Ed. Song Mei asks them to take her brain to create more antidotes against the zombie virus. She knows she can't survive and wants to help humanity. Estes and the teams are unhappy when they find out what they've done.
Find them all and kill them.
Roberta and George sneak out of the building with her brain. And the rebellion of the talkers, led by Murphy and Eddie, is moving to Altura. It's voting day in Alter. Red, George, and Robert smuggle Song Mei's brain out of the lab. Her brain will be used to create an antidote to the zombie virus. Red goes to hide the brains, and Roberta tells her to give them to Murphy if something goes wrong. Evil Estes and his creepy girlfriend Pandora are making insidious plans. She shows them where George says the speakers are hiding during her harrowing interrogation. And then they have another nasty cupcake next to Song May's corpse. Roberta and George make their way around the Altura campus in search of Kai and Citizen Z. Suddenly Pandora, Estes and various henchmen are there, blowing up a soda machine. The machine in which the hackers' hideout was located, but there is also good news, they manage to escape. Roberta, George and Citizen Z secretly check the voter turnout. The numbers look pretty low. And Roberta misses one familiar face, Martin Cooper. Her dreamy handsome man from the farmhouse is here to vote. Doc and Tenka begin to implement their plan. Back at the camp, Doc sets up some switches and hides in the bunker. Just where George said they'd be, Estes henchmen are rolling up with guns at the ready and planning to finish everyone off. But this is just the Doc of a pretend army of talkers.
Where are the talkers?
When they are about to deal with Doc, Tenka sneaks up from the ridge and rescues him.
8,999.
The duo of Doc and Tenka rushes off, while the henchmen come out and start attacking each other. Murphy and Eddie bring the speakers to the gates of Altura to vote. Pandora and Estes meet them there, but know they can't fight because their militia is now missing. George and Roberta challenge them, Pandora pulls out a gun, and she and Estes run away. Roberta pursues Pandora and finds Cooper. Murphy leaves a gun on him, although Roberta is glad to see him. She runs away, continuing to chase Pandora, but loses her and then finds George. Then they get to Estes, who dominates some kind of supercharged jacuzzi, which he calls a powerful battery. Estes admits that he staged the attack in order to starve the chatterboxes and use all the lithium to power the Altura. He needs it for security, and talkers for him are just collateral damage, a sacrifice that he is ready to make. And now he has sweetly confessed live on camera, thanks to Citizen Z. And Pandora is not too pleased with the way he spoke the slip. Pandora in a stunning new outfit of half a face sabotages the battery and Estes has to escape. It has something to do with pumps trying to keep lithium from getting oxygen and prevent an explosion. Meanwhile, George and Pandora are fighting. Estes gets horrendous burns trying to stop the explosion. George finally defeats Pandora. The battery was repaired and then Estes shoots Roberta at point-blank range many times. And she's fine. There is no blood, but how? Cooper shows up when Roberta wakes up. He tells her that he is out of custody, and that he and Murphy are fine now, and tells him why he wanted to talk to Roberta. It turns out that they're on the farm. When he first operated on her, Roberta died on the table. And then she came back. Is she a talker? Damn the apocalypse. Cooper informs her that she is expected at his farm at any time, and says goodbye to her. George, in the style of Sergeant Pepper, addresses a crowd of people and speakers. She stands for democracy, talks about lost and found friends and is optimistic about the future. Murphy goes outside with Song May's brains. He tries them to figure out what to do next, and smiles.